see that. Honda Chopper. All right, so this is an update video of the bike that I have currently on eBay. The previous video was some years old, so this is one that that shows the current state of the bike. It's got 21-inch front, a 16-inch rear. The forks are actually, they're 12-inch overs, but I do have 10-inch overs, I believe, 8 and probably 6 in various states and conditions. The 6s are probably the worst, I think, but I think the 10s and the 8s are almost new as well. So I'd be happy to sell those independently for whoever buys the bike if they wanted to tame it a little bit. The yokes in the front are actually, they're raked triple trees, or raked yokes, whatever you want to call them, depends on where in the world you're from. So you may want to put the standard yokes on, and I can also sell standard 750 Honda yokes. So I have all that kind of stuff. Pipes are cycle exchange slash cut pipes, actually quite beautiful. Need to be cleaned up a little bit further. The seat is a Lepera 2-piece. It was the top of the range Lepera seat when I was looking at seats. It's like the forks and like other bits, it's only had about 2 kilometers on it from retesting. And it's set in the shed. It's perfect condition, just needs to be cleaned up. It's a bit dirty, that's all. So perfect condition. I mean, it's hardly been used at all. 2 kilometers is not a lot of sitting in a chopper seat. What else can I point out? The rear rim is a Spanish, it's an alloy rim rather than chrome, and that hasn't been really cleaned too much, although I didn't put Autosol on it, just rubbed the cloth around it, and it's awesome. That'll clean up really easily. It's also a wider rim than the standards that you would see on traditional Honda 750 chops. The rear tire is excellent. You can see there's awesome amount of tread. It's just a bit dirty looking. I'm just working my way around the bike here, so in no particular order. This is an original Tombstone tail light made out of metal, and this is a metal cover for it, so no plastic. Need to get screws that fit it though. It's a little bit on the loose side. Okay. What else can I point out? Air filters, petrol filters are the anodized little blue ones. I've got 2 separate ones in there. I've got a little K&N style oil filter in here that kind of matches the pods. Chroming on this casing is excellent, and this is also chrome. This isn't polished, that's actually chromed. Let me point out some of the bad bits. So, actually, here's more chrome. Look! Even these are chromed. So some of the bad bits, the raked triple trees, the chrome's all flaked off these. They probably should be painted black or re-chromed. The oil tank looks to have been an original stainless steel, or maybe it was chrome, I don't know. But that could do with re-chroming or painting it black again. I think painting things black and just leaving the top polished, that looks good. The sissy bar is one of my mock-ups. I love the shape of it. I always do these kind of things. But it needs to be painted, chromed, or whatever. Or discard it and use your own design. Very easy to make a sissy bar. Forward controls on both sides are my usual mock-up design. So they're always a bit Frankenstein-y, Flintstone-y looking. So they're rusty, and but they're only mock-ups. But they work functionally. So the gears and brakes work using that design, and then you can replace it, or you could just cut around that and improve it a bit, and still use those if you wanted to save cost. So yeah, so since the last video, so I freed up the throttle cable. I've painted the tank, the front brake master cylinder. I didn't even try and put more brake fluid in it. I believe that to be probably kaput. I take them off small, like even mini bikes. It's a very small little affair. So I mean, you pick it up from a swap meet for like 15 bucks or something. So that's typically what I do. The headlights are mini Bates. That's a 4-inch mini Bates. So it looks pretty slick. But what I'll do next actually is I'm going to take the AirPods off, and then I'm going to spray some Start You Bastard in there. Start You Bastard, that's actually what it's called. Awesome. And I have a 12-volt power supply that'll connect up to the battery, because the battery will be dead. Although it was new a few years ago, it's been sitting in the shed, so there's no life in it. And just bear in mind, you probably have to buy a battery. It's unlikely these things recover after that period of time, but you never know. And I have always a fire extinguisher on hand, because I've had a bad history with Triumphs and stuff in the past with me setting them on fire after doing lots and lots of work to them. Okay, so the bike has been fully wired. The wiring is actually good quality. I've done it myself, and it's pretty tidy in the battery box. I don't want to open that up and show you, but trust me, it's good. It was done for the long haul, not for a couple of weeks. So what I'll do is I'll pull off the AirPods and air filters and spray that in, and then start the bike enough that you can hear it running. I won't run it for overly long because although the oil was new a few years ago, the oil has been sitting, well, it's just been sitting there, and it's not wise to, if you want to get any life out of your bike, it's always good to change the oil, even if it's been sitting for a long period of time. So oil and filter, take those out, put new stuff in. It's very cheap on the Honda 750 anyway. So there you go. So I'll do another video when I'll have to put this phone down and connect things up, and I'll do another video directly after this one, and that will together constitute the current condition of the bike. So you can have a look at that. Cheers.